Here is a high pressure sodium work light. Kind of a unique piece. I've never seen one like this before, at least not in a high pressure sodium format. It's got two big magnets on the back so you can stick it to something metal, a hook to hang it, and a nice long cord which needs to be replaced. It's got a strange, well, it's not a strange, but it's not a standard 120 volt AC US plug. So we're going to replace that. Actually, we're going to replace the whole cord. If I had a plug on hand, I would just replace the plug, cut the wire here, and push it in a few inches. But I do have another cord here, which is just me getting in the way anyways. I used to go to this testing box over here, which is long defunct. So there's the cord just chilling there. So I think I'm going to take this cord, and if I can get this out with some degree of ease, which I highly doubt will be the case, but it actually looks like it may be. If I can get this out, I'm going to put the camera somewhere else. If I get this cord out, I'll just put this cord on there, because this cord is fine. I mentioned in a different video I was going to use the old vacuum cord, but the light calls for a grounded plug, and the vacuum is not grounded, so I'd rather keep it grounded. Okay, that came out easier than I was expecting it to. So it was a pleasant, unexpected surprise. Alright, I can't test it unfortunately because of the plug difference, but so we'll just have to replace the cord and hope that it works. They showed a picture of it working, so I tend to think it works if you can get power to it. Let's get inside here and see how easily this is to redo. Okay, I'm going to guess that that screw and that screw will release the metal plate here. Certainly use a drop of oil on them. Okay, and there we go. So that should be pretty easy to change out. I'm not really sure how this works. It's got some kind of a gasket or something on there. These tabs are kind of broke. Let's see if I can unscrew that. Okay, so it's going to unscrew from the inside, looks like. Okay, so we have, let's take the wire tie off first and let's see how it's wired. This is not a wire tie, this is really not something I ever would use for cords. So we have a high side, a ground, and a common. Simple enough. Great. Get out of there. See if I can uncrimp these things. Sometimes you can and you can reuse them, sometimes not. This is going to be a knot. Not coming off, so we'll just have to cut them off. Not a big deal. Alright, so that is the highest side. We'll stick that through there. These two are the common. And that's the ground, which is obvious. This is all like tied up together here. Okay, so we need to figure out how this works and if this is reusable or not. It doesn't seem to me like this has any interest in coming out. If it comes out, it's just because it slides out of the insulation here. Which may be good enough. Oh, here we go. It does come out. Okay. So here's the replacement cord that we're going to use. And what we'll do is since it's going to go like that, so we'll slip this through here like that. This looks like it would be pretty much water resistant. It's a little bit thinner than the original cord, I think, but I don't plan to use this in a wet environment anyway, so it's probably fine. So that just slipped in there like that. It's not very tight. Yeah, it's kind of too loose. I'm not too concerned about it. Oh, this has to go on there as well. This has to go in first. This may tighten it down as I screw this on. Let's see what happens. Nah, nothing's really changing. Okay, whatever. So what I'll do is a strain relief. Push this through first. I'll just tie a knot in the cord, and that will serve as a strain relief. Oops, I forgot that metal piece. I think this was somehow acting as a strain relief. Oh, I see. That's kind of clever because this won't pass through. Okay. Well, I guess I'll put it back with this then because it's kind of clever. I'll save a couple inches of the cord too. And then after this, the wires kind of went together, something like this. Which is weird, but it works. Nothing wrong with that. It's not the first way I would think of to do it, but it works. Okay, so that will pull out to the end like that and it won't go any further. So actually that's kind of cool. Alright, now let me get some wire nuts out. Let me get some new ones. A lot of the ones in there are kind of flaky. I have a box of new ones over here which we can use. Process. Okay, so we know that the ground goes to this. This is 12 gauge wire. That's no joke. As high as my strippers even go. Some quality stuff here. You're not going to see any stinking LED work lights built like this. You'll make that connection last because it's going to be the tightest. Alright, so we have this. Not sure what these are all needed for, but stick them back on. This is the, let's restrip that. This is the high side. So this will go to this. Okay, and this is the common. That's cloth insulation only. Oh no, it's not. It's got rubber in there. Oh, goof, I meant to put this on one of them just as a placeholder, because I think this was on the grounded cord, but the ground piece isn't long enough to warrant it, so I'll just stick this in there. Not really sure what purpose those are serving, but probably serve a purpose if they bothered to spend money to put them there. Okay, that's all good and secure. Last connection to make is the ground, which is going to be a pain in the neck. You know what? I'm just going to extend it because it's too short. Got some 14 gauge wire here, which will do the job. Okay, that just broke. That was kind of odd. Can't really think of a lot of scenarios where wire breaks like that. Okay, looks like all the wiring is good to go. Everything is secure. That bolt's all rusted out up there. Probably should replace that. I don't know if I have one that'll fit. Is this one gonna fit? Not quite. Almost. Nah. Alright, it'll just stay. And it's not great, but it's not busted yet. Okay. So let's put this back on. The seal is kind of worn out. Needs to be replaced. Sure, it's not at all watertight anymore, but I don't really need it to be. Oh, there's some pieces of glass floating around inside the bulb. That's odd. Hopefully the bulb isn't broke. Well, I guess I've got spares if it is. Oh, this is a thrill. There we go. Okay, before I patch everything back up for good, just do a quick test to make sure the power's on. Okay, yep, it's gonna work. I think that bulb may be on its way out. May have to replace it. Maybe I'll let that bulb run for a minute and see if it's going to go out now before I spend time putting the cover back on. If I can get a good startup of that, that looks pretty cool. Try turning these lights off and see what I can capture here. Now it's coming up to brightness. I guess the bulb is okay. Alright, we'll proceed with the assembly. It's only 4 screws. If it goes out, it's not a big deal. Yeah, the washers on those screws aren't doing too good. Okay, so there we go. That's all repaired. We got a nice long cord on it. Oh, for heaven's sakes, it was zoomed in the entire time. We have a nice long cord. This is probably at least 20 feet, maybe 25 feet. Somewhere in that range. Nothing's live on here, as it shouldn't be. Yeah, we're good. So I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to do a separate video of showing this light and how it works at full brightness and so forth. And the loose parts in the bulb is kind of annoying. Maybe I'll just change the bulb out. Or that could be those little tabs maybe moving in there. I think that's what that is. Oh well, I ain't opening it up just to get that out.